Welcome, Pro Wrestling Fanshow. I'm your host Robert, alongside Bentley. He's becoming quite the little wrestling fan in his own right. This is the preview for the 2013 WWE Payback pay-per-view coming to you live from Chicago. Let's get right into this. Pre-show match is going to be Sheamus versus Damien Sandow. You know, being a Damien Sandow fan, I was just introduced to him by J-Man and Quaddy. Oh yeah, happy birthday to J-Man and Quaddy from the Pro Wrestling Pulse. And all you Pulse fans, hopefully I'll be there for the review on Sunday night along with J-Man and Ryan and Quaddy. But anyway, back to Damien Sandow. The 1000th episode of Raw was my first got to see him and his promos and all this. And it's like, wow, you know, this guy can really talk. You know, he can back it up in the ring. Being the fact they're making him almost a jobber on a freaking pre-show match, it's like, gee, mini Christmas. Put talent on the pay-per-view, not the 4-minute pre-show match or whatever they'll give it. But, you know, I'm hoping Damien Sandow pulls this out, but probably Sheamus. They'll face win to get started. As for the card itself, we have the Divas title on the line with champion Caitlyn versus AJ Lee. I think this is just stupid. Everything that AJ did had Becky Langston be her Caitlyn's secret admirer, and just basically just trashed her in the ring, ripped her heart out. I mean, come on. This was the stupidest thing they've ever done. At least they could have done is made it somebody like Damien Sandow or Cody Rhodes or somebody like that. It made it really, legit, having like Caitlyn with Cody versus Dolph and AJ. There you go. You got the two guys feuding for the world title and the Divas feuding for the Divas title. Unfortunately, WWE doesn't think like that. They just give us crap like this. I mean, I think AJ Lee is not a good wrestler at all. The women's division in WWE has gone downhill, and it continues going downhill. And it's not getting any better, and it don't look like it's getting any better anytime soon. I'm guessing the win by AJ here, probably. That way Dolph gets the world title, she's get the Divas title. I don't care. Match I do care about, United States Championship champion Dean Ambrose, member of the Shield, versus Kane, one half of Team Hell No. I think this match, talent-wise, could be pretty good. Kane, yeah, he's up there. He's a veteran. He debuted in '97, and Dean Ambrose has debuted with WWE at Survivor Series last year. But the Shield is hot. The Shield it's the talk of WWE right now. It's the big thing going on. It's like they can do so much with this, but there's so many ways they can fuck it up. As long as they don't fuck it up, we're good. What they're doing right now, having Shield all the titles. I don't think these three guys, the average wrestling fan doesn't know them. That's the only thing that hurts them. Guys like me and Quaddy and J-Man and Eric or Ryan and B Daddy J, we know these guys. We see in Dean Ambrose, we know what John Moxley was all about. We see Seth Rollins, we've seen Tyler Black as world champion in Ring of Honor. Roman Reigns we don't know much about, but we know the bloodline. He's Rikishi's cousin, Rock's cousin. So I mean, he's got the wrestling bloodline. He's got the heritage here. The average wrestling fan doesn't know these guys, and that's what scares me about them. I'm afraid of them having all the titles right now and just peaking too quick here. What WWE needs to do with Dean Ambrose and the Shield is have a defined. I know Dean Ambrose is the leader. I'm good with that. They need a definite WWE guy with a pass to be the leader. One thing they could do is turn John Cena. I've said that for many pay-per-views. They're not going to do it. You got Dean Ambrose here versus Kane. Have Daniel Bryan come out, cost Kane the title, continue what's going on with them two. Dean Ambrose keeps the title. Maybe something leads, maybe something doesn't. We have the Intercontinental Championship on the line. In old school WWE, the IC title, Intercontinental Championship, was what they called the workhorse title. Everybody that had this title, the Shawn Michaels, the Bret Harts, the Stone Colds, the Rock, These guys are the guys that are going out there 300 days a year wrestling and becoming superstars. You got champion Wade Barrett. You know, all fairness to Wade Barrett, he's a fairly good wrestler. Fairly good wrestler. You know, I like him. I like what they do with Nexus when he came in. I got no problem with him being champion. Versus Curtis Axel versus The Miz. The Miz, WWE doesn't know what they want to do with him. Is he heel? Is he face? Is he a pre-show guy? Is he a main event guy? You know, he's been all over the spectrum. You know, he's not the main event guy that they tried to force down our throats years ago, but he's not a pre-show jobber like they've done recently. And here he is in the title match. But Curtis Axel, under the tutelage of Paul Heyman. Curtis Axel could be one of the future superstars of WWE. He's got the lineage, he's got the heritage. You know, he's Mr. Perfect, Kurt Henning's son. You know, he's Larry the Axe Henning's grandson. Third generation superstar, kind of like Randy Orton. I think they need to get the IC title to Curtis Axel here and just moonshot his career to where it should have been years ago. So I want Curtis Axel, IC champion. Tag titles on the line. We had the champion, the Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, versus Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. What an odd tag team they put together here. Why they put this together, I'll never know. You know, I want Randy Orton to be heel so bad. He's liking being the babyface. I'm like, all right, whatever whatever, man. Daniel Bryan, though, he's got that borderline heel going, where he's not getting along with Kane, he's not getting along with Randy. I could see Daniel Bryan coming out, costing Dean Ambrose, and then this match, or costing Kane, and Dean Ambrose winning the U.S. title. I could see him coming out in this match, right when Randy RKO's somebody. Randy goes for the pin, Daniel kicks him, throws one of the Shield members on top of him for the 1-2-3. Then maybe having Daniel Bryan just walk away, and kind of having Rollins and Reigns going, what just happened, and have Daniel Bryan either being the leader of the Shield or in the Shield. There was a rumor I heard that Daniel Bryan was supposed to be getting a title shot versus Cena next month. So that'd be perfect. Have Daniel Bryan not completely go with the Shield, but have him get that title shot with Cena. Daniel Bryan beat Cena, and then have Daniel Bryan as the leader of the Shield, have the Shield have all the titles. Cool idea, but WWE didn't do cool ideas anymore. What could be the match of the night, or it could be the Rouge of the year. We have CM Punk, Chicago's own, versus Chris Jericho. Everybody was talking about Payback in Chicago since WrestleMania. Payback in Chicago is where CM Punk's going to come back from his little 2-month hiatus. Chicago, CM Punk. Punk's going to be this big, come out in this big arena in his hometown. Nobody's going to look at him as a heel anymore. He's just going to have this big, pop, and the arena's going to explode. What if this is a play by Paul Heyman and Chris Jericho? What if Jericho comes out, personality hits, that arena just explodes, and you see Paul Heyman walking out? Gotcha. No Punk. Punk is supposed to be turning on Heyman anyway soon. How do you think of that? Have Heyman set this all up as a spoof, thinking, Punk be there, have Punk not show up. Have Heyman say, it was, I didn't tell Punk about it, and I never got his approval, I did it, this is what, you all wanted CM Punk, you don't got it now because of me. And would that not be oh my God. Just having that Punk not be there, would it, Heyman would look such like a piece of shit, it wouldn't even be funny. But that would make all them Chicagoans going, what the hell, Punk? I hope that doesn't happen. I was talking to some people at work today about that idea, and I was saying all that, and they're like, oh my God, that could happen. I'm like, oh God, please no. I want Punk to return. I want Punk to be the match of the night, like it could be, and leading to more things for CM Punk in the future. All right, the first of two world titles on the line, the WWE title, the world title first. We have champion Dolph Ziggler coming off concussion out for a month now, versus Alberto Del Rio. Unless unless Dolph is actually hurt or something, I don't see why he would drop the title here. I don't see Del Rio getting the title back right now, unless there's a problem with Ziggler and he's going to go away for a while. I don't know, but I look at that being a straight up retain by Dolph. All right, WWE title main event. 3 stages of hell. A lumberjack match. So we had the first stage is a lumberjack match. The winner of that, we get a winner. Then the second fall would be a tables match. Oh boy. And then if it's tied at 1, which most of them are, unless you're Chris Benoit and MVP, third fall is an ambulance match. Yes, that's what I said. An ambulance match. The only thing I could think of that could come out halfway decent out of this would be Cena winning, then at the very end having Ryback attack Cena, throw Cena in the ambulance. After the match is done, so Cena wins. Cena puts Ryback in the ambulance, wins the match. Woo, Cena celebrating. Have Ryback get out of the ambulance, attack Cena, throw Cena in the ambulance, and have the heel, Daniel Bryan, drive the ambulance out of the arena. Have the Shield, or even have the Shield attack Cena, throw him in the ambulance, and drive it out of the arena. To build up something with Daniel Bryan, the Shield, and Cena. Just an idea. You never know what'll happen. But I want you all to, the last 12 pay-per-views, this is the record of somebody on this card. Does this sound like a person to be in the main event? A no contest. A loss. Final 4 at the Rumble. A loss. Not on 2 pay-per-views. A win versus mid-card jobbers. A win versus indie jobbers, I guess you call them. And then a win versus nobody. That's Ryback. Yes, Ryback had no contest in a world title match at Extreme Rules. He lost to Mark Henry at WrestleMania. He lost to the Shield at the Chamber in the tag match. He was the Final 4 in the Rumble. He lost to the Shield at TLC. He lost versus Punk and Cena at Survivor Series. He lost versus Punk at Hell in a Cell. Wasn't on Night of the Champions. Wasn't on SummerSlam. Beat Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex at Money in the Bank. No Way Out. He won versus Delaney and Grimes. I guess 2 independent jobbers or local jobbers. And then in Over the Limit last year, he beat Camacho. Why the fuck is Ryback in the world title hunt? That's what I want to know. Nobody can tell me this. All these losses and he's world champion. Could be world champion. It makes no sense. I will say it right now. If Ryback wins the world title at Payback, I am not watching WWE television, pay-per-view, Raw, SmackDown, anything until he drops that fucking title. Period. When it comes to, the next pay-per-view, when the Money in the Bank, if Ryback is world champion, you won't see a video from me. You won't see me on the Pulse. You'll hear nothing from me until he drops that fucking title. I'll be watching TNA. I'll be rooting for AJ Styles. I'll be rooting for the new Main Event Mafia led by Sting. I won't be watching WWE. Period. Ryback is not a champion. Ryback looks like a combination of, let's see, what did I say? Goldberg and Batista looking like RVD. He's got the RVD tights. He's trying to be Goldberg and Batista. Well, he can't at least the boots Batista wears, and he ain't even half as good as Goldberg. And Goldberg was crap. what am I talking about him? I hate him. I can't stand him. So let's go back over this card a little bit. Pre-show, I want Damien Sandow to win. Divas title, Caitlyn, who I want to win. AJ will probably win that, unfortunately. U.S. title, Dean Ambrose. IC title, Curtis Axel. Tag titles, The Shield. Punk Jericho, as long as it happens, I want Punker to win. World title, there's no reason why Dolph won't win. WWE title, let's see. No Talent Crap versus the Big Dumbass. Unfortunately, I guess I take the No Talent Crap. Once again, all you Cena fans out there, I found out what this means when he goes like this. It means I have 0 talent and 3 moves. I can't stand you. See you Sunday night on the review on the Pro Wrestling Pulse. Thanks for watching. This is Bentley.